What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. We're back here once again with another draft ladder rebuild, as today we're at the 9th overall pick, which is held by the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors are an interesting team because obviously I've kind of said this before, but I don't feel like they're in a true full reset rebuild. They're kind of been in a little bit of a retool, I guess, if you could say. They just brought in Brandon Ingram at the trade deadline. Now they have this pick. So let's go ahead and jump in and do this 9th overall pick draft ladder rebuild, NBA 2K25 with the Toronto Raptors. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like in this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We're currently finding ourselves on the road to 10,000 or 50,000 subs. My apologies, that's the Madden channel. But yeah, we're on the road to 50,000 subs. And of course, I'll say this again. I'm pre-recording this, so if I'm not talking about anything that's kind of relevant right now, that is why I'm recording this on May 19th. This is actually the 8th video I've recorded today and the 10th video I've recorded in the last 24 hours. So it's pretty wild, but it's for the trip, and I want you guys to have content while I'm gone. But this is the last one I have to do, and I won't be doing a 2K rebuild for quite some time. So I get a nice little break, I guess, from it. I'll miss it, and because obviously this is a great time, but I'll be back before the finals, so we should be good. But with the Raptors pick, I see a lot of mock drafts having them taking one of the fives with Maluwak or Derik Queen. So that is what I did. I did Maluwak on the Pelicans already, so we're doing Derik Queen on the Raptors. So Derik Queen has been picked by the Toronto Raptors to add to the roster. So as far as team options are concerned, we have Grady Dick and Ochai Agbaji. We are going to go ahead and bring both of them back. We have Orlando Robinson, AJ Lawson, Jared Rhoden, all restricted free agents, and Chomchi. So we'll extend all the offers on those. And then for free agency, we have Boucher, Robinson, Jared Rhoden, and AJ Lawson. I don't think we're going to bring back Boucher anymore because we did just bring in Derik Queen. I want Derik Queen to play right away. But let's look at this roster because, like I said, this team is not in a reset rebuild. They obviously traded away OG and Siakam, Brevin Vliet left on his own, but they've been kind of focused on bringing in players that can quickly turn this around, I feel like. And no pun intended. But we got Brandon Ingram and RJ Barrett. So obviously they brought in Brandon Ingram at the trade deadline, which was kind of an interesting decision. You still have Scotty Barnes, you have Mogbo, and now you have Jakob Poeltl and Derik Queen. So I really don't think we're going to be doing too much else this offseason. I think we're about to roll with what we have right now. We're probably going to be sliding RJ Barrett or Grady Dick over, or sorry, RJ Barrett or Ingram over to the 2 going into the rotation. But yeah, I think this is going to be it. I kind of want to see what 2K thinks of this team. We kind of decide from there. Also, the last Raptors rebuild I did, I wasn't very proud of it. So I'm very looking forward to making up on this one. So I don't think, well, I don't mind if Chomchi comes back, but everyone else can probably just go. So we'll just let everyone else go, and then we'll go to straight to player progression because I want to see what that is looking like, and then we can go look at the rotation immediately. So Chomchi's back. So Barnes up to an 87, Barrett up to an 85, Poeltl is an 84, Grady Dick is up, Jacoby Walter's up, and everyone else is just kind of slowly going up. So let's go take a look at this rotation going into year number 1, and we'll see what things are looking like. So Brian has his 15th overall, and I think I have noticed that the Raptors are usually pretty good in the 2K sims. That's kind of what I'm expecting to happen, but I guess we'll see. So we have Emmanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, Ingram, Barnes, Jakob Poeltl, Grady Dick, Jacoby Walter, Mogbo, Jamal Shed, and Ochai Agbaji. We're running 11 deep. I would like Derik Queen to get some minutes immediately if I can. So I do want him to play that backup 5 role. So we'll do something. Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Let's do this. And then who can I kick out for him? I guess we'll kick out Agbaji for Derik Queen to get some minutes. So my apologies, Agbaji, but I think we're going to go with Derik Queen getting some run this season with about 13 minutes off the bench. Okay. So before I touch, one other thing I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to give Barnes a higher shot tendency. Other than that, I'm going to leave things the way they are. So let's give Barnes a high shot tendency, and we'll see how it goes from here. So if I stop at the deadline or anything else, I'll show you. But I think this first season, I kind of want to just sit back and see what 2K thinks of Ujiri's team right now, where it's at. Do we make the playoffs? Do we miss the playoffs? Let's just let 2K decide that. So at the end of the season, Shea wins MVP, Cooper Flag Rookie of the Year, Anthony is your 6th man, Giannis Defensive Player, Scoot Most Improved, and Paul is your Clutch Player, and Tom Thibodeau is your Coach of the Year, and Zachary Staples is your Executive. So here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third team, All-Defensive first team, and All-Defensive second team. So based off the 2K simulation, Derik Queen makes an All-Rookie second team too, is basically we were mid. Now, I will say we actually made the playoffs, but we went 42-40, so the East was just kind of bad. So usually I feel like 42-40, you know, maybe you get in the play-in or maybe you miss the playoffs entirely, depending. I mean, like if we're in the West right now, we would have missed the playoffs. Well, we would have gotten the 10th spot. So that's, I guess it would have been the play-in, but we're in the playoffs in the East. So player stats wise, he did have 21 from Barnes because I pushed his tendency up to be a scorer. 17 from Brandon Ingram, 15 from RJ, 13 from Quickly, 11 from Grady Dick, 9 from Walter, 7 from Shed, 7 from Pirtle, and 7 from Derek Queen, and 5 from Mogbo. But are we going to make any noise in the playoffs, especially going up against a Pacers team that we know is very talented? I mean, this is a good-looking team on paper, but again, I just don't know if this is good enough to go anywhere. I guess we'll see. And I really don't know what the Raptors will look like going forward, if they're going to be a good team or not. I wonder if Raptors fans even know if this team is going to work. It's kind of interesting to see, but we'll find out eventually. So game 1 is going to go to Pacers. Game 2, they're up 2-0, and we do win game 3 at home, and we go down 3-1. So we're in trouble. We're down 3-1 right now, so let's see if we can't win another one to make this series a little bit more interesting, or are we going to get gentlemen swept by the Pacers? Sure. Yeah, gentlemen sweep it is. So 106-121. The Pacers obviously one of the best teams in the East right now. We take or we lose to them. We got the Knicks and the Pacers in the conference finals, like in real life right now. Mavericks, Knicks, and the Knicks go on to win the damn thing, or championship. Jalen Brunson is your Finals MVP. Okay, here is your retirements. LeBron James is calling it a career, but for the lottery, obviously we made the playoffs. We won't have a lottery pick unless it's from some other team I'm not aware of. But Phoenix gets 1, and then we have the 18th pick. Okay. The staff signing, we have, Darko still is the head coach, which is fine. Maybe he's on thin ice here soon, but not for now. So now it is time to figure out what's next, man. What do we do after what we just saw? I don't think we just run it back, right? I mean, who needs to go? Who needs to stay? That's the question. The last time I did a video, it was between like Ingram and RJ on who I wanted to move. And I guess that question still remains the same. I think last time I obviously traded away Ingram, but I didn't end up keeping RJ Barrett either. I accidentally lost him in free agency completely by accident. But yeah, that's kind of the question I have. Like, what do we do next with this team? I still don't really know, but we will figure it out. It's going to happen eventually where something clicks in my head. So, Mikael Brown, we got Harrelson, Evans, Dame Sarr, Carter Knox. I think I'm going to go ahead and take Jalen Harrelson here. Hall of Fame ceiling. So, welcome Toronto out of Kansas. Welcome. Happy to have you. Another guy that kind of fits the mold of that the Raptors like. Now, he's only a 69 overall, which kind of sucks, but welcome anyway. Jakob Poeltl is a free agent and declines his player option. We got a bunch of other small contracts we're accepting. Abaji and Chomchi are also free agents. And then for free agency, you have Jakob Poeltl and Abaji are free agents. So I do want to keep Jakob Poeltl still at this point. So I am going to re-sign him. And then I think we got to look at like trade options, right? Like I don't really know what more we can do. So let's go take a look to see if there is an avenue to upgrade this team as far as, I don't even know what position, but we have plenty of salary to use. RJ's the expiring, so I do think it's probably him that we move. So if we can look for a wing who's either at the 3 or the 4, or maybe even at point guard, like nothing's truly off limits. I'd prefer to keep the power forward and the center left alone, but yeah, point guard through small forward. If there's someone to trade for, I might jump on it. I think I kind of have my target. So Tyrese Maxey, only 25 years old, kind of is interesting. He's better than any point guard we have. Don't get me wrong, I like Emmanuel quickly, but Maxey is just better as far as, everything is concerned. So I'm going to see if we can get Tyrese Maxey on this team. So I am going to go ahead and offer RJ Barrett's expiring, so they get off Maxey's contract entirely. Now we do need to entice them with, a little bit of a. So if we threw Harrelson in here, we just drafted our 2027 and our 2029, but we're basically still going all in on this team. If we do this, maybe throw in Jacoby Walter as well, because we need maybe a young player in here, and we give them the Mogbo. Like, we have to give them a good offer. So RJ, 2 first, Jacoby Walter and Harrelson for Maxey. They agree. So we can bring in Tyrese Maxey. So that's going to be a different look at the point guard position as we continue to stay aggressive. So quickly, maybe coming off the bench for him, which is fine. Battle might be playing at the 3 this year. We'll see. Barnes and Mogbo, and then Pirtle and Derek Queen. That still looks good. Then Grady Dick is at the 2 right now, which I'm fine with. So we can have Grady Dick start next to Maxey, and then Shed. We'll figure out with him what we're going to do. But I guess we technically need a backup 2 guard. Unless we move Shed, but they're both pretty small that I don't want either of them playing that role. So I think maybe Abaji we probably should just match. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that because Abaji could play some 2 guard. And I think Abaji's from Kansas as well. So I don't know if Grady Dick and Abaji were there at the same time. Were they? I don't know. Regardless, we have Grady Dick up to an 83, Bobo up to an 80, Jamal Shed and Derek Queen is developing. So that's good. So obviously Derek Queen's kind of our weapon right now at that 79 overall, developing, but he's the guy that's going to continue to develop into probably our starting center one day. But we bring in Maxi to try to change things up here. So we'll see how this looks going to year 2. If the team is still mid at the trade deadline, we're probably going to make another trade. So here's rotation going into the season. So we have Tyrese Maxey now to take some pressure off of Scotty Barnes, if you will. So Grady Dick, Ingram, Jakob Poeltl, Emmanuel Quickly, Mogbo, Derek Queen, and Ochai Agbaji is your bench. The shot tendency, Maxey is a 94, and then Barnes is a 93. So I think that's looking pretty good, and Ingram's is an 80. So last year we missed out on we made the playoffs. We were super mid when we were there. This time I'm hoping to actually be like a legitimate team that people have to worry about. We'll see if that is the case, as we're off to an interesting start, and we will be 3-5. But hopefully this turns around, and we will see at the deadline if we decide to do anything or if we just get past that, and we'll just keep going after that. But we made an all-in move, and we needed to pay off, and so far I'm not sure if it's going. Cooper Flag wins MVP. DeBanzo's Rookie of the Year in Phoenix. Harper's your 6-man win defensive player, and Harper is also your most improved. And Brown's your clutch player, and Kidd is your coach of the year, and Hobson is your executive. So it looked like we were headed towards a mid-season once again, but we really caught fire towards the end of the season, and we climbed up to get the 2nd seed in the East. So don't know what that's going to mean, but can't wait to see how it unfolds. So 24 from Maxey to lead the way, 19 from Ingram, you had 19 from Barnes, and 15 from Quickly, 11 from Grady Dick, 10 and 6 from Derek Queen, 8 and 7 from Jakob Poeltl, 6 and 5 from Mogbo. So we'll see how this is about to go. Are we going to go far in the playoffs? That remains to be seen. We get the Brooklyn Nets in round 1. Boogie Flan, Cam Thomas, Zara Williams, Aldama, Naz Reid, Kuminga, Claxton, and Cam Johnson. So somebody come around against the Brooklyn Nets, and we will be up 3-2 on them, and we're going to a game 7 with them. Okay, so game 7 in round 1. We're in Toronto for game 7 at home. Can we win it? They have the lead right now. We've taken it a couple times. Can we hang on to it this time? We will. 105-107. A very close game, but we get to the 2nd round. We get to play the Boston Celtics, who have Peyton Pritchard, Derek White, Brown, Tatum Porzingis, Malachi Branham, and Precious Achiuwa. Game 1 goes to Boston. Game 2, we even it up. Game 3, we get one on their home floor. Can we get another one? Nope. Tied series. So 3-2. Yes. Beat them in 6. No. Game 7 again. So game 7 in Toronto, just like the first round. So can we win and get to the conference finals this early on after we just traded for Maxey? It's looking good right now, and I think we will beat the Celtics. So just like that, year 2, we're already in the conference finals. Lovely. Okay. 29 from Maxey, 20 from Ingram, and now we get to play the Knicks. So Minute Quickly's former team. We got Brunson, McKell, OG, Josh Hart, Towns, McBride, Kolick, and Vucevic. So obviously a good team in New York. Game 1 goes to them. Game 2, we even it up. Game 3 goes to us. Game 4, 2-2. A big game 5. So let's go ahead and simcast this one. We can go up 3-2. We might have a ticket to the finals. But if I remember correctly, the last Raptors rebuild I did, we actually won a championship very quickly in that one too. No pun intended, like I said. But we might be able to do it again in this video. So let's see if we can't win this one on the road in Madison Square Garden. We might be heading to the finals if we hang on, and we will. 131-105. Very early on, we're in the finals. That's actually crazy. Okay. Was not expecting this, but the Mavericks are the team that awaits us. So obviously Dallas was really good. So I do have my expectations kind of lowered, but we're going to simcast game 1. Start things off because Dallas is a team that is very dangerous early on in the simulation in these rebuilds. I've noticed we lose game 1, no harm, but obviously if we can steal game 2, that would be fantastic. I don't know if we're gonna get that lucky. We're getting blown out, so we're gonna get blown out again. So we need to really lock in at home because so far the series has not gone well for us, but making the finals is still a great sign. But it's not going well, like I said, and I don't think it's going well here either. We're going to go down 3-0 to the Mavericks. So, simcasting didn't change anything. Let's just try somebody through a game then. Now we get swept anyway. So, we make it to the finals, just get swept by the Mavericks. So, finals MVP goes to Cooper Flag. So, the fact that we made it to the finals is awesome, but it didn't mean anything because we lose in the finals, right? So, okay. Memphis, number 1 overall, and then our pick, I think I said it elsewhere because we traded it for Maxey, but that trade seemed like it was worth it because we just punched our ticket to the finals, right? So Darko was well worth it as well, keeping around, and then we have a pick at all. We have 25 in the 2nd, so I'll let the assistant GM take whoever they want. We get Patterson, 2-way contract, and then Ingram declines his option. We'll accept Wagner, and then qualifying offers Long list of free agents. I don't think we'll bring back Battle. Well, I mean, maybe could. Well, we won't bring back Chomchi. And we won't bring back Jamal Shed either because we do have Quickly making a... Well, I shouldn't say that. We might... Wait, how much is he asking for? 60 million. He'd actually be a fraction of what Quickly is, but I don't know. I kind of want to keep kind of our rotation similar. But Ingram is a free agent, but I think we got to run it back, right? I mean, the team almost won a championship low-key. So I am going to go ahead and give Ingram a deal to bring him back on. So we'll bring him back. So, and then Grady Dix, we can wait on an offer sheet for him. And then who else should we be bringing back potentially? So Maxey and Quickly, which is a very, very expensive point guard rotation, may I add. But it is what it is. And Queen is going to develop even more, which is going to be helpful too. He might even start next season. Battle. I mean, Battle is actually pretty cheap. So I think I'm going to go ahead and give him a deal to keep him. He could be a bench piece for us. And then Grady Dick, I'm taking to day 12. And I'll let Mogbo and Shed, I guess, come back on their qualifying offers at the point. And then Chomchi, same thing. So not much movement, but I don't know what else I would do with us making it to the finals like that. So I'm going to give Grady Dick a 4-year deal. The rest come back to the qualifying offer. So we have Derik Queen up to an 83, which is nice. You have Grady Dick up to an 84, Ingram 87, 88 Barnes, and 90 Maxey. Hurdle is down. So Derik Queen might be taking that starting center spot this season. As far as like another trade, I don't know if there is one to make. This team is kind of a loved 2K loved team in the 2K sim, so we might be in good position to bring a championship home in year 3 early on, which is very weird to think about, but we just made it to the finals. So we'll see if this season results in the finals swinging our way this time, if we're able to get back there, that is. Power has listed 14th overall with a 4-star proficiency balanced, and Derik Queen is still coming off the bench, it looks like, which is fine, but he's getting 6-man minutes. So Maxey, Grady Dick, Ingram, Barnes, and Jakob Poeltl. I mean, this is a really good starting five with Queen, Quickly, Mogbo, and Jamal Shed as your rotation, and that leaves Abaji and Battle out of it. So if I do stop at the deadline to make some type of trade, I will show you, but I don't know if I'm going to. I mean, this team just made it to the finals, so I guess we're just hoping for internal development and hoping for the Mavericks to internally regress, because that's the team that beat us. We'll see if we make it back to the finals, though. And if we don't, then you could really start to think about maybe we need to trade this guy. Maybe we need to do this, but we'll see what happens. So we are at the trade deadline, as I am looking to trade away Emmanuel Quickly, and a crazy trade popped up that I might not be able to pass up on. Miles Bridges and Trey Mann pop up, and if you guys remember watching the last Raptors rebuild, you'll know why I'm intrigued by bringing in Miles Bridges. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make this trade. We get a little bit cheaper, and we get deeper as well by doing this. So Quickly for Bridges and Trey Mann. Trey Mann's a very similar overall, if not better than Quickly, and we get Miles Bridges out of it too. I think this is a no-brainer, so let's go ahead and make this trade. We're 28 and 20 right now. We get a little bit cheaper at the backup point guard. I think Bridges is, well, maybe he signed a longer-term deal. He did, but whatever. I mean, again, the last Raptors rebuild I had Miles Bridges, he was phenomenal for us, so that is why I'm very okay with having him again here. So Miles Bridges is fun with Mann, so our bench got a little bit better, which is why we like this trade. So we'll see how it goes. 20 and 20, so unfortunately moved on from Emmanuel Quickly, but Trey Mann and Miles Bridges at the trade deadline feels like a home run of a trade, in my opinion, for making our bench strong. Wembanyama is your MVP, Stokes is your Rookie of the Year, Gigi Jackson is your 6-man to win Defensive Player, Yabusele Most Improved, and Giddey is your Clutch Player, and Mitch Johnson Coach of the Year, and Executive goes to Aaron Phillips. So here's your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third. So we have not seen any Raptors make this, but it's all good. All defensive first team and all defensive second team. And here's our all rookie first team and all rookie second team. So you got a couple of, or I guess one from a 2-way contract making it in, which is fun. But okay, so we finished up as the first team in the East, which, like I said, we kind of expected with how good we were last year. But you had 25 from Maxey, 17 from Barnes, 17 from Ingram, 15 from Miles Bridges, 13 from Grady Dick, and 13 from Derik Queen with 9 rebounds. All right. So we're about to be in the playoffs, and we're looking to get back to the finals again. So let's see if we do that. So we play Chicago, who, of course, has Luka Doncic. It feels like every video they do. So why do we get them as an 8th seed? I don't know, but hopefully we don't lose to them. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. Game 3 goes to us. So thankfully, Luka Doncic doesn't give us any trouble. Usually he does, but he didn't this time. Now we get to play the Pacers, who beat us in the very first season. We might be able to get our revenge here. So let's see what happens. Game 1 goes to us, 107-78. Great start. Game 2, 2-0, 152-108. Game 3, wow, we are not even going to lose a single game in the East. Just kidding, there it is. And we beat them in 5. Okay, so now we draw Cleveland, and Dallas is in on the other side, but the Spurs and OKC are still scary in their own thought, and of course, Cleveland is scary too. So they have Garland, Mitchell, Tyson, Mobley, Allen, Hunter. So it's pretty much the same team. They did add Kuminga, though, too, and Tyus Jones, which is pretty good. But all right. Game 1, 1-0, 131 to 103. 22 from Maxey, 22 from Grady Dick. Game 2. I'm skipping ahead a little bit. Look at that. This is why we wanted him. Miles Bridges, I don't know what it is, but this is like the only time I've liked him he's not, but he gave us a 41-point game in the playoffs. Like, you got to be happy about that. We're up 2-0. We're up 3-0. We own the East. We run the East. They win 1, and we beat them in 5. So we get San Antonio or OKC, so that's 2 finals appearances in a row. Toronto is just a beloved 2K simulation team, I've noticed, and I'm glad to be a beneficiary of that. So let's see if we beat, or who we get to play, I should say. So San Antonio has got Castle, Harper, Vassell, Tyrese, and Wemby, Will Riley, Capella, and Benny. And then OKC, I assume, has a good team, but it doesn't even matter. We won't even know who they have because we're not playing them. Okay, no, who cares? So we get to play the Spurs. All right, we're going to look at it again, and we're going to see if we can't take them down. Can we get a championship this time, or are we going to lose in the finals again? So game 1 goes to us, 128 to 122. Good start. Dylan Harper with 32, 22 and 22 from our guys. Game 2, they even it up. Game 3, we win. Game 4, they even it up. Okay, so Simcast. Game 5, it looks like Derik Queen might get, well, I guess Jakob Poeltl's back as a starter. So we're on the road in San Antonio. Can we take the lead here? This is Jakob Poeltl's former team as well, on top of everything else. We're going to go down 3-2 to the Spurs, it looks like. So that's unfortunate. Can we even the series, though? Let's find out. So we got a home game, Game 6 to force a Game 7. Have the lead right now, but they're right behind us, so they may eventually take it from us, and they will, and they're going to beat us 122 to 119. That's disappointing, but it's to be expected. So 2 finals appearances in a row, losing to Texas teams. You know what comes next. We got to run it back one last final time and see if it'll be different next year. We've owned the East, but the West teams have been able to beat us. Let's go see if next year is our year or not. We ran it right back as we end up as the first seed in the East again, and here were your player stats. So 23 from Maxey, 20 from Miles Bridges. Wow, he is leading the, well, I mean, his shot tendency must be pretty high, which is probably why it's like that. So I prefer if his shot tendency wasn't so high, though, because he's just a bench player for us. What is his shot tendency anyway? So it is a 91 with a 95 touch tendency. We don't need it to be that high, but he could still, have a role in scoring, but just not that needed that much. Okay, so I mean, rotation's looking cool, looking good, and Derik Queen is starting with 13, 11, and 2 blocks and a steal a game. We get the first in the East again, so obviously all that matters is getting back to that finals, and this time maybe winning it. So Giannis is our first round matchup, so somebody come around against the Bucks, and we will sweep them. Okay, good start. But now we get the Nets, who always seem to be sneaky good. I just did a Nets rebuild, and Knipple never turned that good. What did I do wrong? Whatever. He went up to an 84. I don't think I ever even seen him touch an 83 in that video, but maybe I'm wrong. We're down 1-0. We're down 2-0. Is this how it ends? Are you kidding? I think I've won a championship in every ladder rebuild I've done today, and this one looks like it's not going to happen for us after we just made it to the finals 2 years in a row. You got to be kidding me. The Nets are going to beat us, aren't they? We're down 3-0, so maybe we can dig deep and come back from 3-0 deficit. So we might stay alive here, and we will stay alive for this one, so we're not dead yet. Got to win, a couple more. Things get interesting, so if we can win this one, we have another game, but they've had to lead most of it. We take it. Can we hang on to it? It is going to go to another game. So Game 6 is happening. Going back to Brooklyn. We can win Game 6. We're going to a Game 7. Come on, man. We got this. Game 7. I'm looking at you in the eyes, and we're not going to win. Oh, I almost dropped the controller. 128 to 132, we lose. So we made it to the finals twice, just to never make it back. The final lottery rebuild that I've done will not end the championship. The Nets did go all the way, and they also won the whole thing. So, whatever. Boogie Flanders are finals MVP. But that is where I ended after 2 finals appearances and getting eliminated in round 2. I think I probably said this the last time about the Raptors rebuild, but I'm curious to see where this goes for them, because will it work? I can't wait to kind of find out. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like I said, this is the last rebuild I'm going to be recording for quite some time. I got a nice long break after this. I'm going to enjoy it, and then I'll be refreshed when I come back. 8 videos in one day is something I've never done. Pretty wild. My voice and my throat is starting to feel the effects. It was all worth it. I hope you guys enjoy the conference finals. I'll be back, I think, before the finals start. This is Crushables saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.